Thank you. I forgot I had it on mute. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm your host, Georgia Girl. And if you see my title today, you know where I'm going with today. Today being kind of emotional for me. Um, when you sit back and look back over your life and you see how far God has brought you and still knowing there's some things that you're still praying about. Today, I just want to share. I know you already know my testimony about thyroid cancer, but for the ones that don't know, I am a cancer survivor, and today make 9 years since I was diagnosed and had the surgery. So if I get a little choked up, just don't mind me. Just 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 look over me a little bit. But welcome in. I see Bud Files. Thank you for coming in. Hey Miss Key, thank you. Check out shout out my members. Don't forget to check out their channels. And if you want to honor me today, you could put some blue butterflies in the chat. And if you want to support me in any other kind of way, give me some flowers or super chat, whatever. That's on your heart to do. I'll welcome it. But today I just want to honor myself and all the ones that are dealing with thyroid cancer or having thyroid disease. Um, yes, like I said, the day has been every time this time of month of September come around, I always get joy. I get a lot of joy and I have tears because those will be my happy tears. When I can sit back and reflect on the things that I have been through for the past 9 years and the things that I'm still going through now, I have came a mighty long way. And you know, you might not know my story, you might not understand my story, but it's His glory. I give all God's glory because I know without Him, all things wouldn't be possible. But thank y'all for coming in. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Hey, into the con, welcome. Are you new? If you're coming in the chat, please be respectful to me and to anybody that's in the chat. And do I have any thyroid cancer survivors in the chat, or do y'all know someone that's a survivor of thyroids? If you do, you can put their names in the chat if you want to honor someone with thyroids that had thyroids. So I'm gonna get into my commentary. A lot of people, I made this is a shirt I made 2 years ago. It just got on here, thyroid cancer survivor. This one I was on my 6th year. I will be making another shirt when I come up to my 10th year. So this year is my 9th year anniversary. So if anybody want any type of awareness shirt or any type of t-shirts or hoodies, I does have an online shop. I deal with spread shop. Right now we got things 20% off. I'm just gonna show a little the some of the merch that I have available before I get started while I'm setting up. But I'm gonna read to y'all some things about thyroid cancer. I'm gonna get into my testimony, and if y'all want to hang out with me for a little while, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. This is some of my merch I have available right here. I don't have a new thyroid awareness shirt, but I do have one that I made for the previous years. So check out this video right quick till I get up my article I want to read about thyroid cancer. Hold on, I'm trying to put this video in.
Hello, welcome back to my channel.
But I hope everybody. Hold on. It look like it want to rain.
Hello, welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl, Everyone Wellness and more. And happy Friday. Today I'm sharing that I have 20% off at my online boutique. You can find a link to my shop on my channel, or you can check the links below this video. I have awareness merch available from breast cancer to Alzheimer's to inflammation, stop bullying. I'm sharing awareness merch, and I also do custom made designs. If you have anything that you want custom made, a logo or a brand, you can email me at amyward6969@gmail.com. I pray you continue to have a blessed weekend. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and always stay prayed up. And thanks for watching.
Hey, hello. Happy Sunday again. I'm back. Hey, Sirius, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Hey, for the ones that haven't seen me today, hey, Sears, good to see you. Sears is one of my members over here. Thank you, Sears, along with Miss Key. And see like I'm having some technical difficulty. Hopefully it'll be okay. But happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. Like I said, today I want to share my testimony for the ones that haven't heard me speak on this. I'm sure y'all probably have because I've been sharing my testimony for the past couple of years. Whatever my anniversary come up, I always share about what the impact that diagnosis had did to me. And I will be sharing that again. I thank God for his grace and mercy, for what I had went through, I thank God it didn't go the other way. So I'm going to always give God the glory. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I think tomorrow will be the first day of fall. Are y'all excited about the fall weather? But today I want to share with y'all about thyroid cancer. A lot of people don't know what thyroid cancer is. You know, on my channel, I like to share whatever I talk about. I try to share about some of the things that I'm dealing with on a personal base. And this is something I had to go through in 2016. I thank God that, that I didn't have to do that, those treatments. I was supposed to be did treatment, but God had other plans for me. So I'm gonna get into my commentary today. If you're new coming in, if you're watching from the bushes, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you want to support my channel, it's still up to you. Give me some flowers today, y'all. Give me some butterflies today. If you got blue butterflies on your um, phone, put some blue butterflies in the chat for survivors. If I have any survivors in the chat, if anybody is a survivor of thyroids, if you want to come up, let me know. You can come share your testimony. If you want to come up and share about anything concerning thyroid. Like I said, this is not nothing new. This is thyroid cancer. It's not a rare cancer, but it's known. It's known to be in women. It's known to be in women, and I was one of the ones that had it, but it wasn't where I had to be progressive with it. Hey, welcome in. Hey, how you doing? Are you new? Welcome. Today I'm honoring myself and everyone that has had thyroid cancer or dealing with any type of thyroid disease. Yes. A lot of people don't even know what thyroid cancer is. I'm going to give a brief summation about it. Then I'm going to get into my testimony. Welcome in. Welcome in. Don't forget to give me like, share, and subscribe. It's good to see my members. Y'all put them blue butterflies in the chat. Put them blue butterflies in the chat. Me good. Thanks to Jesus. Hope was all well with you and family. Yes. Have to give God all the glory. Have to give God all the glory. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. But I'm going to get into my commentary today. I want to share about my testimony, but a lot of people don't know what thyroid cancer is. And I'm just going to give a brief summation about it. And I want to talk about how it impacted my life and how it still affects me today. So I hope everybody had something good for dinner today. If y'all had something good for dinner today, y'all can put what y'all had for dinner in the chat. I'm still fighting inflammation, so I'm still on certain foods, but I feel pretty good about the journey that I'm on now. It's challenging. Anytime you got to deal with something concerning your health, it will be challenging. But I have to continue to keep the faith. Okay, this is what I want to show y'all right here. This right here is, I'm showing a printout of thyroid cancer. And I'm going to read to y'all. Some of y'all probably know because I have shared this a couple of times on my channel as my testimony, and I also do it as awareness for others. I'm reading from American Cancer Society. Right here, what is thyroid cancer? Thyroid cancer is a type of cancer that starts in the thyroid gland. The thyroid makes hormones that help regulate your metabolism, heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature. What thyroid cancer starts? The thyroid gland is in the front of your neck. A lot of y'all probably didn't know, in the front of your neck, the thyroid gland is shaped like a butterfly. Okay. If you put your two fingers at the front of your neck, you can feel that gland right there and how it's shaped. It's shaped like a butterfly. Your gland, You see on this string right here, you see how it's shaped like a butterfly? That is your thyroid gland. Anything that I share today is for educational entertainment purposes only. I'm not a doctor or nurse. I'm just a YouTube blogger, and I share based on my real life health journey. I try to keep myself encouraged along with others by sharing blogs, awareness. I do meal preps. I do current news. I do I'm with my family. I do a lot of things to keep myself motivated. And over here, you'll find that um, I'm all about trying to uplift and not tear down. So getting back to the article, I'm reading this article from American Cancer Society. I will include this article in my description if you want to check it out. They said where the thyroid cancer start. The thyroid gland is in the front part of your neck, below the thyroid collar is Adam apple. In most people, the thyroid can't be seen or felt. It is shaped like a butterfly with two lobes, the right lobe and the left lobe. These lobes are joined together by a narrow piece of gland called the adamus. So that's how your thyroid look. If you didn't know, that's how your thyroid look. The thyroid makes hormones that help regulate your metabolism, your heart rate, your blood pressure, and your body temperature. The amount of thyroid hormone released by thyroid is regulated by pituitary gland in the base of your brain. This gland makes substance called thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH. Having too much thyroid hormone, hypothyroidism can cause a fast, irregular heartbeat, trouble sleeping, nervousness, hunger, weight loss, and feeling being too warm. Having too little hormone of hypothyroidism causes you to slow down, feel tired, and gain weight. The thyroid gland has two main types of cells, the follicular cell and the C cells. Okay, this is what I'm talking about today. I just wanted y'all to see what the thyroid is, for you won't be lost when I have my conversation. So, whenever you get your blood work, sometimes your doctors let you know they're checking your thyroid. 9 times out of 10, when you get blood work done, they check your thyroids too. So let me read something right quick. But I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. This the beginning of another week. And if you've been following me, you know I've been dealing with some more issues, but I've been feeling pretty good. I've been having more energy. Some of the inflammation was in my foot. It's starting to clear up. I'm walking a little bit better, but it's still challenging. Okay. They say in 2025, estimate 44,000 new cases of thyroid cancer was diagnosed in the U.S. within approximately 2,290 deaths. So you wonder why I'm smiling and joyous today. I'm one of the ones that have to, I'm still here. Just telling you, I'm still here. Some people was not fortunate enough to be in the shoes that I am today. I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, and I'm going to get into that in 1 second. So I'm just reading the statistics of it. They're saying like 44,020 cases was in 2025. 12,670 was men and 31,350 in women. Wow. Thyroid cancer is most significantly more common in women than men. Age and race, average age. The average age of thyroid cancer is 51 years. Racial disparity. The cancer is notably less common in Black people compared to other racials and ethnic groups. This is for educational entertainment purposes only. So they said mortality and estimate 2,090 deaths from thyroid cancer was predicted for 2025. Okay. Types, biliary ocular thyroid cancer, the most common types, and are highly treatable, often curable with surgery. Prognosis is generally excellent for patients with these common forms of cancer. So that's what it was telling me, that thyroid cancer is to have a good survival rate, but it can get bad if you don't catch it in time. Okay. So I just want to share that little information about thyroid cancer. You can also, but if you feel like you got anything going on, I always tell people I'm not a doctor or anything. I just share information based on what I have experienced. But always, if you're dealing with any type of lump or any type of growth, you see any type of growth lump on your neck, always consult your doctor. I'm going to show y'all this picture right here. This was me in 2016. In 2016, this is me right here. I had a 4 centimeter tumor. Hey, welcome in. Hold on, let me see what you're saying. I don't mind people coming in chat, but if you're being disrespectful, I will get rid of you. But I respect people' opinions. I gotta see where I can read the chat. I gotta look at my other device because I can't really. What did they say? Hello, my neighbors. Lord Jesus. Hello, my neighbor is. Wow. Can you please? So my neighbor is, Lord. I don't even want to read that. Really? But anyway, hey Sarah, good to see you, girl. You know, you got that finger to work. So artist Dooley, he was saying, me good. Thanks to Jesus. Hope all is well with you and family. Okay. Shout out to my members for coming in. Like I said, because you don't see them, that don't mean they're not here. I have people pop out the bushes and get you. But I'm gonna get into my testimony. Um, right here on the picture right here. This is me in 2016. I wasn't wearing glasses then. I started wearing glasses in 2020, I think, 21. But anyway, this was me in 2016. I already knew I had something going on with my thyroid. Hold on. Now my brother want to call. But that's me right there in 2006. Let me see what my brother want. He had to go to the emergency room. Hold on, y'all. Thank you, Siri. You say you listening. Thank you to the ones I was on the phone with my brother. He found out he got a bad cold, respiratory, um, dealing with cold and stuff. And I told him, I said, you gotta take care of yourself. He ain't gonna be able to work for a few days. But get back to my testimony. There was me in 2016, but a few years before this, I already knew I was having some thyroid issues. You know, they kept a watch on me for a couple of years. I was going back and forward to the doctor and stuff. They was keeping an eye on it. I think they started watching it back in the early 2000s, maybe about 2005, 6, 7, something like that. They was watching it, and I was going to a specialist, but it never, yeah. This weather, the way this weather is now, you can easily catch a cold. That virus is out there. He got a virus and cold, so the virus out there, COVID still out there. So everybody, please be careful. But yeah, I already knew I had some thyroid issues. Like I said, a few years before I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, but they watched it for a few years, just to see what it was gonna do, and for a few years, and it never grow. It didn't never grow. I wasn't having any issues up until 2016. I kept every time I would go to the doctor, my doctor would check my neck and tell me, you know how your doctor be feeling around with your neck and giving you blood work and stuff like that. And then I was getting where I couldn't hardly swallow food. I had got to the point where I was getting choked when I was eating. I was getting strangled a lot. I just kept telling my family, I was saying, something ain't right. I was saying my food don't seem to be going down good. Like I would get strangled. And I went to my primary doctor. I was still, like I said, going back to the doctor back and forward. And so I went to my primary doctor, and that's when she felt my neck. And in other words, she was like measuring it, and she was like, something ain't right here. She was like, something is not right here. So she sent me to a endocrinologist, and that's when they gave me a biopsy. They gave me a biopsy. This is how my neck was before, and this is how I was looking after the surgery. But I'm finna get on camera. So if I get a little emotional today, it's because of happy tears or just thanking God for his grace and mercy. So I'm here trying to zoom myself up. But yeah, I'm back. Hey y'all. But anyway, like I said, my primary doctor they sent me to a specialist. And once I got to the specialist, they did a biopsy. And my biopsy came back, they see cancer cell on my thyroid gland. And when in time a doctor tell you got cancer, it's just like, I don't know, I'm just only speak on my experience. And this is my shirt I made a couple years ago. It just got on there. This the picture this how I was looking during that time. I had my scarf on and stuff like that. Anytime that a doctor diagnose you with any type of illnesses, you gonna want to know what it is. But when they tell you that you got cancer, that one word you do not want to hear. That's a word you don't want to hear about. I'm just being honest. Cause when they told me that, it just like I went to pieces. Just hearing the word. Just hearing the word cancer, I went to pieces. Because I have had family members to die. Hey TNT, how you doing? I'd have had family members. I had a first cousin with thyroid cancer. I'd have had family members with different types of cancer. And the first thing come to your mind, how am I doing today? I'm doing okay. I'm sharing about my testimony. To date, made 9 years when I had that surgery done, when they told me I had thyroid cancer. That's when they removed my gland. I'm on medication the rest of my life. And I'm just sharing about how it impacted my life during that time. Anytime, like I said, you're not feeling well, sorry to hear about that. You'd had your surgery again. I'm not feeling well, sister. I'm just suffering with my arm. Yeah, I saw what you said you gonna have to get a elbow replacement. Oh my God. I'm praying for your healing. Like I said, people are going through something every day, and I see you have been dealing with your arm and different things for a while. So you are in my prayers. I pray that things turn out best for you. Hopefully when you get this done to your arm, hopefully it'll be better for you. Okay. But yes, after I went to the specialist, they told me that they saw cancer. And, I didn't know how to handle that. I didn't know how to handle that news. I went in depression. My anxiety really bothered me back then. I didn't know what to expect. The first thing I thought was I was going to die. Like I said, anytime you hear the word cancer, that's the first thing probably would pop up in your mind. Are you still going to be here? And so after they told me that, they was explaining to me about what type of cancer it was and how it was going to affect my life and the things what I was going to have to do. And, after they told me I was going to have surgery, and y'all know when people tell you got cancer, you probably didn't see family members go through it, probably had friends to go through it. First thing when the doctor tell you got cancer, they want to do surgery. I was scared. I had to make a decision that I had to get this out. Because if I hadn't got it out, it could have got worse or it could have spread. It could have, and 9 times out of 10, when you have cancer and they want to do some type of surgery, sometimes it do spread. Okay, I'm trying to read what y'all saying. Okay, TNT. I love you too. You take care of yourself. Yes, we got to think positive. We got to. We got to. Like I said, I'm still dealing with this inflammation, going through some different things, but I feel confident that I'm going to be okay. You got to have the faith. Yeah, stay positive. But yes, I was I, I was I want to have the surgery, y'all. I really did a cut right there where they took the gland out. I I have this cut right here. I had a good surgeon. You barely can see my scar, but I see it. This reminds me every day that God is real. God is with me. He have been with me since day one. And every day this remind me more and more to keep fighting. This remind me more and more to keep putting my trust in God. I know everything will be fine. I just got to be patient. I just got to give it to him. So I went on and had the surgery. I was shaking in my boots, scared. I had to end up going to, I'm just going to be honest, and I have shared it. I had to end up going to a therapy because I just couldn't handle being told I had cancer. I thought I wasn't. I had 2 grandbabies back then. My grandson was the baby back then, but my granddaughter, my older granddaughter, she was up, I think she probably about 8 or 9 or something like that. And I just was saying, Lord, I want to be around and see my grandkid get big. And all kind of thoughts were going on in my head. I was afraid that I wasn't going to be with my husband, my children, my mom now. I just went, everything just was flashing before my eyes. And, I had to end up taking therapy and everything because I was going into a deep depression. So they ended up doing one surgery. They got the first, I think they got the left side first, my first lobe, my first gland first. They was saying, you could live with one gland. That's what they were saying, they'll just take one side. But then they said, well, we don't want to leave the other side because it might spread. So I had to end up getting a total vasectomy. So right now, today, I don't have any thyroid glands. I'm just on thyroid replacement medicine. But the impact of that surgery, thank you. The impact of that surgery, the impact of that diagnosis, it really had me affected. It affected me mentally. It really did. Hey, Saxon, how you doing? I'm just sharing about my testimony about when I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer and how it affected me mentally and how it still affects me today. Um, Back in 2016, I had a 4 centimeter tumor on my thyroid gland. So they had to end up moving my whole thyroid because they said if that tumor had stayed, it would have probably had me where I couldn't breathe because it was already affecting me. I just didn't know what it was. I didn't know why I was getting short of breath. I didn't know why my food was getting caught up until I went to the surgeon before I had my thyroid removed. He said, we got to get this out of you. He said, because those tumors does grow. The tumor does grow. And like I was showing that picture right here, the picture I showed y'all, you could see the tumor when I would take pictures. It was on this picture right here. This is in 2016. Anytime I would take pictures, you could always see where it stick out. And I have seen a lady where it gets so big. It was a lady in my hometown. She was way older than I was, and she didn't let them mess with her because she was up in age and her kids, and they wasn't gonna let them cut it off her neck. But I was a little bit younger than her, and mine was standing out. But I'm glad I went on and trusted God and did everything and let them went on and removed it because it was gonna get bigger. That's why I give God all the glory. I give him all the glory because he is good. But anyway, I went through that, and like I said, depression had just about took me over. I would cry every day, y'all. I was crying every day. I was sad. I was crying. Oh, they keep an eye on your daughter. She got do it. The doctor. Yeah, that's what they did for me. They kept an eye on mine for a couple of years until it started to grow and it turned to a tumor. And they was like, we got to get this out for you. And so I went through that in 2016. I cried. I think I cried just about every day because I'm just going to be honest, y'all. I thought I wasn't going to be around. And if y'all see me get a little emotional today, it's just because of, you know, of what I did go through. Um, yeah, I thought I wasn't going to be around for my family, but God had other plans for me. He have other plans for me now, you know. So they end up removing my thyroids, and they told me I was gonna have to be on some radiation. They told me that I was gonna have to take radiation. I went to the cancer center. Me and my husband. I went to get my paperwork, everything. I had to start accepting this. What I got to do. This is what I got to go through. I start My tears, I just said my tears went away. I still was still crying and going through stuff, and had to go talk to a therapist and stuff like that. Just how bad I was, y'all. Oh, for real. That's just how bad I was. I would go talk to a therapist every week because it felt like I was getting separated from reality. I wasn't accepting what was happening to me, but I started accepting it. I started praying more. My faith, my faith got stronger, which is still strong today. My faith started getting stronger. I started trusting God more. And so I was getting ready to prepare for radiation. They was letting me know the details about the radiation. And they was saying that the kind of radiation was gonna have, I could have had it at home. But I was gonna have to be away from my family. My husband had to fix the room. I wasn't gonna be able to be around him. I wasn't gonna be able to be around my grandkids. And that was hurting me the most. Cause y'all know I love my family. And when he told me that you were gonna have to be away from your family for so many weeks, I was gonna have to be isolated until that radiation got in my body. So my kids had already, well, my son was still here, but my daughter, I think my daughter had them already moved on, got her a house or something, like hadn't already moved out. But my son was still here. But the grandkids, I had two grandkids at the time. And so my husband had to fix up our bedroom. He had to fix up he was starting to fix up our bedroom and make my bedroom just like my own little room. I was gonna have to eat in there. I wasn't gonna be able to eat what everybody eat. I was just gonna have to stay in that room for all those weeks, taking that radiation. And I think that was gonna hurt me the most because I wasn't gonna be able to be around my family, my grandkid, my mom, them, nobody. So I went back to the cancer center. I was getting my blood work. I was just getting everything done, y'all. Getting it just mentally. I had started accepting it because I had started just giving it to God. I was saying, it gonna get better. This the foods I was gonna be able to eat. They was telling me about all the things that I was gonna have to go through. And so, went back up there. You know how you go back and get your blood work and all the things would get ready to set you up for radiation. I hadn't got prepared for that. And one day, just out of the blue, hey Joshua, how you doing? Just one day out of the blue, my doctor called me from the cancer center. And I know I was just up there the last week, getting prepared. I mean, I was, like I said, I was getting ready for the next journey. But then one day out of the blue, the doctor from the cancer center called me. Going in my thinking in my mind, Lord, these people done found something else. That's what I was thinking. Lord, they done found something else. I couldn't even talk to them because I was already nervous and stuff because I know I had to get prepared for that radiation. And the ones that been following me for the last couple of years have already heard this. You probably heard it before, but I don't mind sharing what I've been through because I know it was the goodness of the Lord what brought me through it. Joshua, how you been doing? But after I got that call from the cancer center, and it was my doctor, and me and my husband like, why you calling? We were just up there. By the way, so we were just up there, a few days ago, a week ago, and he said, Miss Moore, you need to come to the hospital right away. First thing we were like, Lord, these people have found something else because I had just did more tests and all kind of stuff, right? I was like, Lord, they done found something else. I'm like, I can't take nothing else. I was already fragile. My mind was racing. My heart was racing. But I still was just keeping the faith, guys. I was still keeping the faith. And once we got to the cancer center, they shook my husband's hand. They told me to come in. They said, Miss Moore, we got something we need to tell you. I didn't know what to think, y'all. This was after my surgery. This was after they had removed my glands and uh, had started on the replacement medicine and getting ready for the radiation. And then they gonna say, we got something we need to tell you. I'm like, oh my God. You know, when I got in the room, I think my heart was beating so fast. My heart was beating so fast. I would never forget this day, y'all. When me and my husband went in that room, they said, we got something to tell you, Miss Moore. It's very important. They said, we know what we seen, Miss Moore. We know what we seen. We know what we removed. They said, you ain't got to do no radiation, Miss Moore. Because God has healed you. Those are the words that doctor told me, y'all. They said, God has healed you. You ain't got to go through all of that. You ain't got to go through the radiation. You ain't got to be from your family for weeks. You ain't got to be getting stuck here and there. God has healed you. And I'm looking at this man. Me and my husband looking at this man, tears all in my eyes. I'm like, what? I'm happy. I'm about to shout in the doctor office because I know what they took out of my neck. I know what they said they seen. But they told me they didn't see it no more, y'all. They said, God didn't heal you. They said, God have healed you, Miss Moore. They did the tests all, but they had to make sure. So they redone the tests. They had the the pathologist ran the test twice to make sure that they didn't see it nowhere else in my body. They draw blood. They did everything before they came out and told me and my husband, Ms. Moore, you ain't got to go through this. You don't have to go through this. So I know God is real, y'all. I know he's real. You hear what I'm saying? Yes, I'm getting emotional. I'm getting very emotional. Because if y'all had been there in that office with me and my husband, you would have probably been the same way. But I had faith. I kept trusting God. And I still trust him, y'all. I still give everything to him. Even though right now I'm going through some of the things I'm going through. But I still give it to him. I still give it to him. Y'all have to excuse me. Whenever I share about this, I get filled. I get full because I know what God has done. And I know what he still continues to do for my life. Me and my husband both cried. And we were like, my husband said, oh, she ain't got to go through the radiation. She ain't got to do the tests. She ain't got to go through all those treatment. They said, no. Only thing she going to have to do is take this medicine for the rest of her life. They gave me the name of the medicine. They told me the pill that I have to take I have to take that pill every single day, y'all. I cannot miss a day without taking my thyroid medicine. And y'all probably heard me talk about that over here. If I don't take my thyroid medicine, I be off balance. I be all messed up. It has something to do with my metabolism. It has something to do with my heart rate, my blood pressure, all of that. So that one pill, when God wake me up every morning And I thank him for his grace and mercy for keeping me overnight. That pill is the next thing I do. I take that pill. That's my next step every morning when God wake me up and I give him the glory. That pill is what I take. And I've been on those pills for 9 years. For 9 years, y'all. And I can't go without them. They told me I cannot go without taking that medicine. This impact my life a lot. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. It really did. It impacted me a lot. But I thank God daily for his grace and mercy. I thank him daily that I didn't have to take that radiation. They removed it, but it didn't go nowhere else. You know, when you get cut, when you have cancer, when they say you have a tumor, sometimes it's spread, but it didn't happen. And I can't do nothing but give him the glory. Nothing but the glory. Y'all have to excuse me. It's just me. So if y'all can put some blue butterflies in the chat, that's represent me and others that deal. I have thyroid issues, but it's not cancer. I have to take a pill the rest of my life. I thought the people had to cut me for no reason. You know, all kind of stuff was going through my head, right? They said, no, Miss Moore, we had to get that tumor out. And that was the best decision I made in my life to get it removed. I could have ignored it. I could have just went on and said, you know, it'll be okay. But no, I went on and did the surgery. And I'm glad I did. Because I don't know where I would have been today. I'm just being honest. But I thank him daily for strength, courage. It took an impact on me mentally. It really did. It really impacted me mentally. I had to be on depression medicine and stuff like that. And right now today, my anxiety still be off whack. But I seem to start having it under control. So, you know, I'm on medication for it. But I'm here to tell y'all today that I'm cancer free. I got other issues, but I'm cancer free. And I'm here to tell anybody, don't fear. If you see any type of lumps, anything on you, don't hesitate. Get it seed out. Get it seed out. Don't wait. Don't wait until something happens. Don't wait until the next day because tomorrow is not promised to us. When that doctor told me we got to send you to get a biopsy, right away. And that's what they did. And this happened in 2016. September 20th, 2016, I had one surgery done. Then 2 weeks later, I had to go back and get another surgery done. In the same year, in 2025, I'm sitting here in my chair praising him and thanking him for his grace and mercy. I might not be physically where I need to be, but I thank God. I thank him daily that I still got my life. I still got my life. I'm still able to see my babies. I'm still here with my husband and children, my mom and dad. I'm still here with them. I'm sorry, y'all. I promised myself that I said, I can't help it. I can't help to feel what I feel. But I know it wasn't nobody but God. Wasn't nobody but God. So over here, I don't mind talking about him. I don't mind sharing about the goodness of him. I don't. I would never be ashamed to talk about what God is doing for my life. Why should I? Why should I? Yeah, it's tears of joy. When I woke up this morning, y'all, this is my picture right here. I made this shirt a couple years ago. And the scarf, y'all probably see me wear. I still got it. That scar is just like it represents what I went through those times. I have a scar that I look in the mirror every day. When I look in the mirror every day, it reminds me daily that God is real. He's real. And I'm still here. Regardless of what I'm dealing with today, I still got my life. I still got my life. That diagnosis affected me mentally and physically, spiritually and financially. Because I lost my job, didn't have no insurance. But God made it was a way. God is a way maker. Whether we want to believe it or not, he is a way maker. I went through a lot, y'all. From 2016 up until 2020, I struggled. I'm not ashamed to tell nobody. I struggled. Financially, I did. I didn't have the insurance I needed because I started having issues with my joints. Right after they took my thyroids, everything seemed like my body shift to something. It started shifting. I started having more problems. I started having more health issues. And I had to suffer and go through it until I was able to, God open those doors where I was able to get the care and things I need. But I can't say my husband stuck with me, my children, my family. I had a couple of friends that helped me along the way because my income was gone. My income was gone. I had worked on this job 11 years. I used up all of my long-term, short-term, Aflac. I had to use up everything. But it still wasn't enough to get some of the medication I need, some of the treatments, other treatments I needed when I started having inflammatory and arthritis and stuff like that, which I'm still dealing with today. I had a medication was $4,000, y'all. I couldn't pay for that. I couldn't pay for it. With the insurance, I had to end up paying $5. But without the insurance, it was gonna be $4,000. And like I tell my husband, we've been together through sickness and health, richer and poor. I told him a lot of men probably when he was stuck around and still stick around when they see that they have to do everything or try to do what they can to survive and keep a house up, keep a family up. It's rough when you used to having two income and one income disappears. But I kept on praying. I kept the faith. I kept on going so things got a little better. But it took about a year or two for me to finally get back on my feet. And I'm not ashamed. On my channel, I have shared this. I'm not ashamed of anything that I have went through. Because I keep myself motivated. I think about the goodness of the Lord. I think about how far God has brought me. And some of the stuff I'm going through now, I know it's gonna get better. It gonna get it is. I can already feel. I'm feeling a little better than I was over a month ago. I got a lot of more energy than what I had a few weeks ago. But physically, I'm still not where I was in 2016 before the surgery, before the diagnose. I'm not saying that I would ever. I'm not gonna say I would never get back there, because I know all things are possible. I got the doctors I go through to now. They working with me. They telling me I'm moving a little better. Some of my joints starting to, um, I've been flamed up with inflammation. Some of them starting to, you know, it's somewhat starting to work out because I've been changing my eating habit. I'm doing all I can if I can be around long as I can. I'm sorry, y'all. I just started sniffing, but I'm here to tell anybody: take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I see my girl Sassy, she out there walking. And she said she was doing that to lower her blood pressure, help with her anxiety and stuff like that. And that's good. She be working hard every day. I see her out there walking and doing what she gotta do. And I'm over here changing up some things for myself too. My blood pressure had went up 200 one time because I had got so stressed. Y'all might not know that stress will kill you. Stress will kill you. I was, you know, I know that I got a lot of issues concerning my health. And you know how sometimes we try to be there for others and we start neglecting ourselves. We can't do that. We can't do that. We got to take care of us first. My blood pressure had got up to 200 over 180. I was so stressed out about my dad and his situation, and I stopped. I just felt like I was just trying to do so much to make sure he was all right, and I stopped taking care of myself. And my doctor told me, you can't do that. You can't do that. If you're not well, how can you take care of anybody? So I had to mentally get myself back on track. The blood pressure is my blood pressure doing, the doctor told me the other day, they were like, ooh, we ain't seen your blood pressure like this and I don't know when. Because I deal with pain, and long as I have pain, it's gonna make it go up. And if I stress, but I'm not stressing about anything. I give it all to God. When I started, that pain was hitting me with my feet. I'm like, Lord, I'm getting right here. I can't hardly walk. I already, like I told y'all, I have mobility issues on my left side. They are, from what how it seemed, y'all, that tumor was on my left side, right? The tumor was on my left side, and it seemed like just about everything on my left side of my body is more weaker, from my lower back down to my hip to my knees. I have issues on the side. It's slower. I'm not as my steps are not as fast as I used to be, but I'm walking. I this how I walk. My hip go up, down. I'm walking like this. I say I walk like a penguin. But before all this, y'all, George Girl used to be bow-legged. I'm gonna have to show y'all some pictures. I used to be bow-legged. I wasn't that big at one time, but as I got older, my thyroid issues made my weight go up and down, up and down, up and down. But yeah, I I think I got a picture. I ain't got it with me now, but I got a picture. And it was like a couple years before I started having thyroid issues and stuff. But the thing right now, my main focus is just keeping that blood pressure down, getting this inflammation under control, being able to keep my mental state on tack, being able to live and take one day at a time and be able to deal with this pain. I got like since I've been doing those, I've been getting this is my third. This week here gonna be my fourth treatment. And I can't say for the last couple of weeks, I told my doctor the other day, it feel like I'm having a little bit more energy. My mood starting to feel a little cheerful a little bit. Y'all probably see I'm laughing a little bit more. You know, my mood have, starting to get a little better. But when you in pain, I can't. It like it bother me mentally. I can't. I'm like, ooh, I have to take those deep breaths. But I want to share that with y'all. Like I said, I have shared it several times. Yeah, it is. Thank y'all. I love y'all so much. I love y'all guys. Whether y'all know, I know y'all don't know me, but from y'all being in my chat, um, we try to keep each other uplifted. We try to support best way we can and when we're able to. And I thank y'all for whenever you can take your time out your day to come over here and hang out with me. But I was teary-eyed a little bit, but it's tears of joy. It's tears of joy. And my message is to tell people, look, don't hesitate when it comes down to your health. You see anything out of the ordinary going on with you, please get see about it. Don't wait. Because time is not waiting on nobody. It's not waiting on nobody. It's too much going on out here in the world right now. People leaving here every day. Every day people are leaving here. So that's why I chose my channel to be wellness, because I know some of the things that I have went through. I know there are some people out there is going through it too. And I'm like, I use my channel as an opening. I use it where it's my own therapy too. That I come up here and talk to y'all about things. Some people like my content and some don't. But the few that do, I appreciate you. I really do. I really do appreciate you so, so much. So today, been 9 years. And that's something that gonna always be with me, because I got a scar to remind me every single day that things could have been worse. That tumor could have had spread. They were trying to make sure it don't spread to no other lymph nodes and stuff like that. I had a good surgeon. I had a real good surgeon, y'all. Real good surgeon. You can know you barely can see my scar because the way he cut it real thin. It's right there at the bottom right there. You might see a dark line. Yeah. But they told me they had to remove it. I'm like, what if they hadn't never removed it? Would I be the way I am now? See, that's one thing I don't know. But I do know I had faith. I thank God that I'm not where I was. I might not still be where I need to be, but I'm not where I was. I was going through a lot. Okay, what you saying? I was going through a lot after my foot surgery. I thought I was never going to walk again. I went from wearing a boot for 6 months to crutches. Wow, for 6 weeks, I developed tendonitis on that foot. Okay, but you, girl, you stepping now. Well, that's good. That is good. I know you had told me that the other day, and that's good that you enjoy walking. Georgia, that's why I enjoy walking, because I thought I wasn't going to be able to walk again. Uh, yes, I understand that. And, what I'm going through now sometimes, and I know I even asked my doctor, will I get better with my walking? Because I didn't used to always walk this way. I didn't always used to walk this way, you know, like I said, how I used to be in my younger days and even before 2016. I walk with a limp because of the pressure. That disc is pressing on my hip and it causing me to have pain. But surgery is out of the options for me. No back surgery for me. Uh-huh. No back surgery. It start from my back. That's where everything start, from that disc in my back. And it's not, it's supposed to be straight. Your disc supposed to be straight, right? But mine go out and go down that left leg. I mean, it's like it budge out, press on that hip, and it be in pain. When I go get my shots now, that's where they give me a shot at. It's real tender on that side. And so they was telling me no surgery is an option for that. So now I just take they give me injections. I got a chiropractor. He working with my back. So they be doing so much stuff. He told me the other day when I was walking, I be doing little stretches and stuff at the doctor. He said, I'm moving a little bit better. I'm moving a little bit better. So I'm going to keep on working at it. Once I get that pain level down where I'm comfortable, and y'all know, like I always say, if you don't see me, I'm not feeling well. Y'all know y'all been seeing me lately because I've been having the energy. I've been feeling up to it. But when I'm not, I just try to get much rest as I can and do what I got to do to make sure I'm mentally fine. If you're not mentally where you need to be, because your mental health is very important too. Your mental health is just like your physical health. And you got to have both of those, your mental health and your physical health. Both of those are important. So, no. Hey, Frank, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. But yes, today made 9 years. Can y'all put some blue butterflies in the chat? The blue butterflies represent thyroid cancer, and I'm going to honor others along with me. Is anybody in the chat? So you said, Sassy, do she have issues with her thyroid? I know you said your dad. I mean, you said your daughter is. They're keeping an eye on your daughter. So, do she have an enlarged gland or what she got going on? See, mine's had got, y'all seen that picture how I had and got. I know I was trying to eat. When I used to try to eat and stuff, and I would get strangled. That thing had started to grow. So, but I'm glad I didn't listen to the devil. I'm glad I didn't refuse to get it removed, even though I didn't want them to cut me. But I'm glad I did get it removed. Y'all see how big it is, right? Y'all, I don't know. I can't zoom it up because it's on my phone. It's on my computer, but can y'all see it? Let me see if I zoom it up. But can y'all see how big? Can y'all see how big it was? You all got your plate up. But can y'all see how big it was, right? I was trying to see could I zoom it up, but y'all see it, right? Y'all see how big it was. Can y'all see how big it was? Yeah, you can't function. Y'all see how big? Enlarged gland. Okay, yeah. Make sure they keep an eye on it, Sassy. Cause it was getting where I was getting strangled and everything. Yep. But that's how big it was. Oh, okay. You see me up here crying? You see me being a baby? Oh, okay. But yeah, like I said, I thank God daily. I thank him daily, y'all. Not only for this, I just thank him for life. Just being here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people afraid to worship God, or some people be scared to give God all the glory and praise him. Not me. I shout in a minute. I'm telling you. I feel him. I feel his presence. You know what I'm saying? I do feel God present in my life. And I know I couldn't have made it back then 2016 and up until 2020. That's when things, well, 2000, see, 16, 17, 18, that when things started really trying to get better for me. You know, I had to get back on my feet financially. It was rough. It was rough. I'm just gonna tell you, it was rough. But I kept on praying. I kept on hanging in there. I got where I was able to get a little Medicaid, not full Medicaid, but I was able to get a little income. So I was able to try to go to the doctor more and get the medicine and stuff I needed, but I had to struggle before I had to get where I needed to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ashamed to tell no one. The struggle is real. And the struggle can be real, but so is God. I thank God for this man that went through here. I tell him every day how much I appreciate my husband. I really do. I let him know every day how much I appreciate him for sticking with me through it all. Like the Bible said, for rich or poor, sickness through health, we have been there, and we still going through it. He told me the other week, a few weeks ago, that I was trying to get around him with the bad feet. He says, I'm gonna have to quit work. He said, like, I'm gonna have to quit work. He don't work. He got a little job, cause he have health issues too with his blood pressure and stuff. And he was like, look, I'm gonna have to leave this little part-time job alone, and I'm gonna have to sit here with you and help you out. I told him, I said, no, you go on and go to work. I'm gonna get through this. I be with my daughter, be up there with them, because when I go to the doctor, I just stay up there. Because they don't like for me to be by myself too much. And I told him I'm gonna be all right. Because I was getting around him just about crawling. I was in so much pain. But I thank God that today I still feel it some. They say it's inflammation. And I got it everywhere. So it's starting to go away some, but I know it's still a process. But I'm gonna keep on trusting God. Yeah. Yeah. I hope your daughter be okay. Do she be in any pain? Sassy, do your daughter be in any kind of pain? Does she be in any kind of pain? And that good that they are keeping an eye on it. Because that's what they did mine when they saw that when they told me I had an enlarged, because that's how mine started out as an enlarged gland, but it started to grow into a tumor. So after it started growing, it was time to get it out. Yeah. Well, that's good. That is good. Because we do need our thyroids. No pain, that's good. We do need our thyroid. Like I said, it help. It's part of our hormone. It's part of our metabolism. It help us balance and things like that. And like I said, if I don't take that medicine, if I don't have my medicine, I'd be whoo. I'd be laying around, will have no type of energy. I know one time I had to misplace a cup. I think I had to. I don't know what happened, but I had misplaced a couple of my, I don't know if I had dropped them or what, but I was like a couple of pills short, right? They said, look, I done gave out a medicine. They said, well, you should have enough. I told them, I don't know what happened, but they said I was a couple pills off my bottle or whatever. But they went on and gave me another, yeah, they went on and gave me some more medicine because they said, look, you need that medicine. They said, don't run out now. They always tell me, do not run out. So I just get I have a monthly supply get every month. And I make sure I don't run out. Cause not I'll be laying around here like a dish rag and it'll have me all out balance. It'll mess with my heart. It'll do all types of stuff. Your thyroid is very important. That's one of the biggest one of that gland. It helps with a lot. And I got it on a playlist where I had shared one year about the different parts of the thyroid and what it do and how it affect you, and if you don't have it. Cause from what they said, you can't live without it. That's why they had to give me replacement medicine. That's why they had to give me replacement medicine because they had to took my gland. Hey, love Dot, how are you doing? Good to see you. I was over here just sharing my testimony about today, make 9 years when I had my thyroid gland removed because of a tumor. They had seen cancer on it. So today make 9 years, and I was just sharing my testimony about it. And I was just talking about the impact it did to me and how it still affect me daily. I have to make sure I take that medicine every day. But overall, I'm doing okay. I'm just trying to maintain. I try to do what the doctors say. I try to just take one day at a time, and I try to live. And I was just, telling people, look, take care of yourself. Get those checkups. Go get yourself checked out. We got breast cancer awareness coming up next month. I'll be sharing stuff. And sometimes Miss April, she'll come over. Or anybody that's a breast cancer survivor, anybody want to come over and share their testimony, we can do that. I do that. And I also have breast cancer and awareness shirts. This is my shirt I made. It's got my picture on there after I had my surgery. This is the picture I had that year. And I've been full of tears today, but it's happy tears. It's happy tears because, you know, like talking to my husband that morning, I was just saying, it just seemed like it was yesterday. I was at the cancer center. It just seemed like it was yesterday. I was up there getting prepared for radiation. I mean, they was taking so much blood and whew, they was drawing so much blood, trying to make sure they have everything ready for me. But I didn't even have to go through it because God had other plans for me. It wasn't nobody but God, y'all. Nobody but God. We might not believe this, but I do. I don't know about y'all, but I do believe God knows what's best for all of us. He knows what's best for me. He knew what I had to went through, but he said, she gonna have to go through this a little bit longer. And right now today with some of the things I go through now, I know he watches over me. I know sometimes we go through these things and let us know, look, this what you need to do. This what you need to be better at. We don't realize God will sit you down whether you ready to be sit down. Y'all ever wonder sometimes you be saying, I'm so tired. Ooh, I'm tired. But you still try to keep going. But sometimes, y'all, we got to listen to our bodies. We got to listen to our bodies. We got to. We got to listen to our bodies. My cousin started, for real? Yeah, I have to take that medicine every day. If I don't take nothing else, that pill, that and that blood pressure pill, I'm gonna take them too. I got vitamins, I got stuff for inflammation and stuff like that, but that thyroid pill, that part of my lifeline, I got to take it because I don't have none to function. I can't function without it. Okay, you say your cousin. Yeah, we have to. I'm telling y'all, we got to listen to our bodies. You know, sometimes we be like, I'm gonna keep on. You know, it's good to keep going. It's good to keep yourself motivated, but if you're not able to do these things, don't hurt yourself. That's why we had that walking challenge the last time. I told Mickey and Sassy and Frank, I said, I want to walk with y'all, but I can't do it. When me and Mickey now did that high knee challenge, I struggled trying to do that challenge. I was in pain, but I kept on saying, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And then after I got through, my knee stayed swole for some days. And I don't want to never put myself in a position and make me feel worse than what I'm already going through. You see what I'm saying? So never have to do that. If you're not feeling good, take care of you. They can't get nobody else. They can't get now another Lorette. Dot. They can't get no other Sassy. They can't get now another Georgia girl. They can't get now another Frank, Miss Key, whoever was in my chat. It ain't but one of us. You see what I'm saying? It ain't but one of us. And we got to take care of ourselves. That gonna always be my message over here. You can always come by and stop by and see me whenever you can. But make sure you're taking care of you, your home. If your channel is what you use, your channel is your channel, and you consider your channel part of your home, your whatever you do, take care of it before you go try to help somebody else. Because that's your channel. That's what you put out every day, or whatever you try to do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a selfish person. I want all of us to win. I want all of us to grow. I really do. I really do. I'm trying to see where Loretta Dot said. So how you been doing? Because I know you be dealing with some health issues. How you been doing, Loretta? I'm trying to read what you had said. Yeah, I have to take that little pill. Ooh. I'm glad it don't have no nasty. You know how some pills you take, you have a nasty. It'd be like a. Because I remember I was on these antibiotics a little while ago, and them things was so nasty. You know how some pills give you a nasty taste in your mouth, but those thyroid pills they don't leave a nasty taste. And I'm so glad. Hey Kenneth, how you doing? Good to see you. You said, oh, she started radiation tomorrow. Glad to see you too. Glad you were working on your health. Very important. I always have put that first. I have to just say, look, everything else will wait. You know what I'm saying? But you yourself, so your cousin have thyroid cancer. Let's keep Lorette cousin in prayer. Yes, I supposed to have had radiation, but after they took the tumor out, I guess they got it because they removed everything. But they wanted to just make sure they got it. That's why they wanted me to do the radiation. But I didn't even need it. That's why I said I know it wasn't nobody but God. But that's when they was explaining to me this pill I gotta take every day. And so, yeah. Your cousin will be in my prayer. That's great. Oh, breast cancer. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, breast cancer awareness will start next month. Well, prayers for your cousin. That's good, Loretta Dot. That's good. we gotta keep living, y'all. We gotta keep on living. Like I said, I went through depression, anxiety. I have anxiety disorder. But now, when I get like like when I go through my health stuff, yes, it started affecting me mentally, but I have to get myself, I have to woosah. I have to get back to where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I was saying, how stress will do you. My blood pressure have been sky high before. And I know when that was stress. But now my blood pressure seems to try to be going down, get back to normal. Because I'm trying to do things to better myself. And that's what we have to do. Sometimes we have to change, make lifestyle changes, whether it's people, places, or things. Anything that is not good for you is not good for your health or not good for you at all. You have to let it go. Sometimes it may have to be your own relatives. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what's best for you. You do. You got to do what's best for you. Yeah, it will. I try to take deep breaths. I do deep breath treatments and stuff like that. Because when you have anxiety, it affect your breathing. It affect your breathing and it mess with your heart rate. And if I feel myself getting overwhelmed or anything like that, I start I breathe in, breathe out. And if it's something I can't handle, I just let it go. I let it go. I do. You got to. I was real teary-eyed earlier today when I was talking about what I was going through, but it was happy tears. It was happy tears. So my prayers going out to everybody, going out to Lorette family. I pray that the radiation and everything does work for your cousin. And this beginning of a new week, I still got some things I gotta focus more on. And that's what I'm gonna do when it comes down to me, my mind, body, and soul. I gotta do what's best for me. If I have to, if you have to cut people off, cut them off. Cut them off. Because some people, they'll try to bring you down. They don't want to see you doing. No, in other words, some people be happy for you and some don't. Notice the one that applaud for you. Everybody ain't for you. Sometimes we have to learn the hard way. But I thank God for the little circle of people that do come over here. You take your time out to click on my live stream or my video. I appreciate you. I really do. So let's make sure we support one another the best way we can and when we can. So in the chat, Lorette Dot, y'all make sure y'all go over there and support her. She says she's putting out more content. She's getting out more. In other words, she's doing something that she wants to do, what she feel comfortable at. Because I know I have seen some of her videos and I have heard her speak on health issues and stuff like that. And I'm glad to see that she's doing fine. I got my girl Sirius in here. Thank you, Sirius, for always sharing and putting out that encouragement and getting rid of those trolls popping in and out talking crazy. We also had Miss Key in here. Y'all know me and Miss Key have been together for a long time. Thank you, Miss Key. I know on the weekend she don't do a whole lot of posting because she be with her family. But thank you, Miss Key, for coming in today. I do appreciate you. And let's continue to support her and others that are trying to get what they need to get on this YouTube journey. Got Frank in here. He said he been in listening. Thank you, Frank. He did come in the chat. He was just talking about stress, and yes, stress will kill you. Y'all make sure y'all check Frank out. He be putting out his positivity. He do his sports update. He share um his meals and different things like that also too. So y'all make sure y'all check him out. We had TNT. Welcome to TNT Family Show in here. Y'all, let's keep her in prayer. She's dealing with some health issues. Then she said she's finna get ready to have another surgery. So let's continue to keep her in prayer also. And she do different things on her channel. We also have Sassy here. Shout out to Sassy. She's also doing things to better her health. And y'all see she does her walking. She also do her meal preps and different things like that. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. And she was just sharing that her daughter have a enlarged thyroid gland, and I pray that things continue to be better for her, and that she said the doctor is keeping an eye on it. We also have Kenneth in here. Kenneth, thank you. He the one come in here and say, "Hey, Amy, good evening, Amy." Y'all know when he called my name, that's my real name. So Kenneth doesn't have a channel, but he is a good supporter. And he sometimes he'll send stuff to my email. He might he try to send stuff to brighten my day up, or he might send me something that he didn't done during the day. You know, thank you, Kenneth, for being there. Who else was in here? Because I want to make sure. I think I had a new person to come in here. I'm trying to make sure I got everybody I seen. But yes, let's continue to take care of ourselves. Okay. I'm just checking to see. And shout out to my members. And I want to thank Miss Patty. I didn't get a chance to see Miss Patty giveaway yesterday, but I happened to see I had $10 in my cash out. So I won $10 last night. Thank you, Miss Patty. I guess my name got pulled or something. And yeah, okay, Joshua. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. See, look, y'all help me out now. I don't want to overlook nobody. And thank you, Joshua, coming in. And Joshua is also working on his fitness. He been over there doing his push-ups. He be over there walking. Shout out to Joshua. Shout out to everybody that is working on them for themselves. Shout out to all of y'all. Whether you're going through wellness or fitness, wellness, spiritual, financial, if you're just doing something just to better you as a person, shout out to you. Yep, I've been seeing some of his videos. He be over there doing his push-ups and stuff. I said, okay, Joshua, I see you. And I'm still, today is day 26. I done lost a few pounds, y'all, too. I lost a few pounds. I'm still on my inflammation diet. It's been a struggle, y'all. It's been a struggle. It has been a struggle. 26 days, no caffeine, no sugary drinks. It's been a struggle, but I had to put my mind, my soul in it. You hear me? I had to put it. It's just like now, I'm just, you know how you being went through stuff for a little while? It's just accustomed to you. Like you, when you be walking, sassy, you know, this is a routine. You know, you do it every day. So you just do it. And it's just like it ain't nothing. It's just how I get to the point for me, staying off fried food. It's hard. You see? I'm not gonna sit and tell y'all it ain't hard. It's hard. It's hard. But I have to keep it in my mind. I have to keep it in my mind and say, look, I can't do this. I gotta let this all the greasy food go. I be telling my family, y'all can try to tempt me, but lately they've been like, Mom, You've been doing good. They be like, they're good, mom. You want that ginger ale? They be trying to put stuff in my face, right? But I'm strong. I'm strong in it. I didn't got strong. I think, whew. Like when I be at home, right? My husband, look, when I be at my daughter's house, I got my little food I eat. They got their little food they eat. And sometimes they be trying to eat my stuff. I'm like, what y'all thought y'all were gonna eat? That thought y'all was y'all When them kids be saying they don't want what you eat, they be want to try it. Yeah. But in the long run, I know. Even my doctor was saying I'm starting to move a little better. They will, they can tell whether how the inflammation going in my body, But before I start getting no injection, this arm right here was real flamed up. It's still flamed in that by that joint right there. It's still flamed some. My foot was flamed up. This shoulder here was messing with me. Now, my back, it's just like that. I'm just accustomed to the back and knee. But it was those areas that I know before I started getting the injection and before I started changing my eating habit, I can start feeling like some of it starting to, wear off some. But everything always be in my joint. It be in the joint of my elbow, like right up in there, still aching red in there. You see right there? That joint right there. And my feet, I can still feel it at the bottom if I walk a long time. Yeah, so he was just saying it ain't never inflammation. So just do what I got, keep doing what I'm doing. And those treatments I'm getting, it's building up my immune system. It's boosting it up. That's why I've been having more energy. So, and it'll help with the inflammation and make sure I'm getting nutrients and different things in my body that I should be getting. Thank y'all so much. But I'm about to get on off of here in a few more minutes. But every September, I'm always coming on sharing about, and I also be sharing information about thyroid because a lot of people didn't know thyroid. I guess they probably knew thyroid cancer exists, but a lot of people don't. You don't hardly hear about it as much as you hear about it when it comes down to breast cancer. The man on Steve Harvey show, what is his name? Cuz what the man name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The one be doing. He just was diagnosed. I'm finna go to his name. The one name, not Steve Harvey, nephew Tommy. I'm gonna read about him now. He was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. Nephew Tommy. Y'all know what I'm talking about on the Steve Harvey show. It's a lot of stars have been diagnosed with this type of cancer. And I was listening at him, right? And he was just talking like he was just, I guess, just going for a regular checkup. That's why I said sometimes when you notice your doctor feeling, I don't know if y'all doctor ever do your neck like this or check behind your ears. Sometimes when you go get your checkup, they'll do like this and they'll feel around up in there. They be checking your gland. If they see something that's growing out or if they see you have an enlarged gland, and you can feel that yourself. Just put your fingers down there. Like I said, your gland is just like shaped like a butterfly. But yeah, nephew Tommy, he was Uh, hold on, y'all. Y'all. Like I'm having food at right now. Seems like I was having some technical difficulties. But I was talking about nephew Tommy would play on this. He'd be on the Steve Harvey show. Thank you. But yeah, I was talking about. Thank you. Glad you are doing better. Have a great. You do too. Y'all enjoy y'all meal. What y'all had for dinner? But yeah, I'm gonna say that about nephew Tommy. He played. He be on the radio show. Steve Harvey, right? And uh-uh. Y'all hear me now? But yeah, all right, Sass, it was good. Thank you for sharing, uh, Sassy. You keep up the good work. I don't know what's going on, but it wasn't time for me to stop. There's something going on. But anyway, y'all, I enjoyed everybody that came over. I'm gonna talk about Tommy another day, but he played on the Steve Harvey show, and Tommy, he was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, but he's doing okay because he bite. I think that happened in 2022 for him. Bro, my live stream. Oh, you live? Yeah, I'm finna get ready to go because it keep going out anyway. connect. All right, y'all. I see y'all later. Thank y'all for joining. Y'all have a good week. All right. All right, y'all. Good night. Y'all have a good night. Stay blessed. Stay encouraged. And always stay what? Prayed up. I enjoyed each and every one of y'all. Just remember, early detections does save lives. So on that note, bye-bye.